Sarah Williams grew up believing that loyalty was the purest currency a person could give. She wasn't the most beautiful girl in Lagos, nor the richest, but she had something rare, a heart that never knew how to betray. Her friends loved her for her softness, her kindness, and her ability to make anyone feel safe. But sometimes, kind people attract the darkest souls. Sarah's world began to twist the day she introduced her best friend, Melissa Grant, to her boyfriend, Michael Evans. Sarah and Melissa had been inseparable for 10 years. They met in university when Melissa was crying outside the lecture hall after failing an exam. Sarah, seeing a stranger in pain, had reached out. From that moment, Melissa clung to her like a shadow. Melissa was beautiful, in the dangerous kind of way. Tall, slim, smooth caramel skin, seductive eyes, and a smile that could melt steel. A woman who understood the power she possessed. A woman who wanted everything Sarah had, even when she pretended she didn't. Sarah, on the other hand, was gentle. Pretty in a calm, subtle way. She wasn't flashy. She wasn't loud. She didn't know how to compete, because she didn't see the world as a competition. But Melissa did. And that was where it all began. Sarah met Michael, a quiet, hard-working architect, in a coffee shop on a rainy Tuesday morning. The power had gone out at her apartment, so she went there to finish work. He was sitting alone, sketching designs in a leather notebook. Their eyes met once, then again. Then a smile passed between them that felt like destiny acknowledging itself. They fell in love softly, slowly, beautifully. Michael adored her, called her my peace, my calm, my home, held her like she was made of delicate glass, loved her with a sincerity that felt safe. For 2 years, Sarah believed she had finally found the man her heart had been waiting for. And then, like a snake sliding gently into a garden, Melissa entered the picture. Sarah introduced them casually. "This is my best friend, Melissa." "Nice to meet you," Michael said warmly. "I'm the famous Michael." Melissa smiled with eyes that lingered too long. Sarah didn't notice it that day. But Melissa did. Michael was handsome, tall, with a voice that carried calm authority, a face that could make any woman look twice, and a future that glowed with promise. And Melissa wanted him. Not because she loved him. Not because she cared. But because she wanted anything that made Sarah happy. Envy is quiet at first. Wait. Watches. It learns your weaknesses. It memorizes your smiles. Calculates your blessings. Then it strikes. Started subtly. Melissa began making little comments. "Wow, Sarah, Michael is so handsome. You're lucky men like him don't come twice. I don't know how you got him, but hold him tight." Sarah always laughed it off. Why shouldn't Melissa compliment him? They were all adults. They were all friends. Nothing was wrong, right? Well, Melissa started showing up uninvited. If Sarah invited Michael over, Melissa just happened to stop by. If Michael called, Melissa leaned close, pretending to help Sarah answer. If they had dinner dates, Melissa joined because she was lonely. Still, Sarah didn't notice. Because people with pure hearts don't see threats. They only see people they need to protect. But Michael noticed. One night, after Melissa left, he said quietly, "Your friend. She makes me uncomfortable." Sarah laughed. "Melissa, come on. She just jokes too much." Michael sighed. "Sarah, some jokes are not jokes." But Sarah brushed it off. That was her first mistake. One Friday night, Sarah had to stay late at work. Michael offered to come over and wait for her. Melissa, who lived only 20 minutes away, heard about it and decided to keep him company. She arrived with wine. Michael refused it. She sat too close. Michael shifted away. She complimented every single thing about him. Michael stood up. When Melissa put her hand on his chest and whispered, "I could love you better than she ever will," Michael grabbed his keys and walked out of the apartment immediately. He didn't tell Sarah. He didn't want to break her heart. But secrets don't stay hidden, especially when someone is determined to destroy you. 2 weeks later, Melissa started her plan. She began telling their other friends subtle things. "I don't trust Michael. I feel like he's cheating. He gives me strange vibes. Soon their circle believed her. 'Cause Melissa was good. Very good. She knew how to speak like a concerned friend, not a jealous enemy. Within a month, rumors about Michael started circulating. Sarah confronted him once. He simply held her hands and said, "If I ever hurt you, God can take everything from me. I love you, Sarah." And she believed him, because love blinds even the sharpest mind. Melissa wasn't done. She wanted Michael. She wanted Sarah broken. She wanted to win, even if nobody else was playing a game. The final strike came on a day that should have been perfect. Michael planned a surprise anniversary dinner. He rented a small rooftop in Victoria Island. Candlelit, soft music, a bouquet of white roses, her favorite, a ring box hidden in his pocket. He was going to propose. Everything was set. So, Melissa found out. And Melissa could not allow Sarah to win. At 4:15 p.m., Sarah received a message on her phone. Picture. A picture of Michael. In a bed. Unconscious. With Melissa lying next to him. Bare shoulders exposed. Caption below. I told you he wasn't faithful. Sarah's heart shattered instantly. The room spun. Her breath caught. Her soul fell. She dropped her phone. Her knees buckled. But she didn't cry. Shock froze her tears. She left the office immediately, took a ride to Michael's apartment, and walked in trembling. Michael opened the door, confused, dressed in casual clothes, cleaning the living room. No sign of Melissa. No sign of anything in the picture. Sarah showed him the photo. Michael's face drained of blood. Not because he was guilty, but because he knew exactly what Melissa had done. Sarah, please. I swear on my life I didn't. She shoved him. Don't lie to me. Why would she send me this? Because she wants to ruin us. Michael snapped. Why? Why would she do that? Michael swallowed hard. Then, with a defeated breath, he confessed. Because she tried to sleep with me. Twice. Silence. The kind that crushed lungs. Sarah stared at him. Stared through him. She didn't know what to believe. She didn't know who to trust. She didn't know if her heart or her mind was lying. She turned around and walked away. Michael didn't chase her. He knew if he touched her in that moment, she might break completely. Melissa won. For the next 2 weeks, Sarah ignored Michael. Ignored his calls. Ignored his messages. Sank deeper into confusion and pain. Melissa comforted her. Pretended to wipe her tears. Pretended to help her heal. Pretended to be innocent. Then one night, drunk and emotional, Melissa confessed to their circle. I've been sleeping with Michael for months. Whispers. The rumor spread like wildfire. Sarah's world collapsed. She felt humiliated, betrayed, destroyed. She blocked Michael everywhere. And Melissa smiled. The darkness in her heart glowing brighter. 3 months passed. Sarah stayed away. Michael didn't move on. He lost weight. Stopped smiling. Stopped going out. His career began to crumble. His life dimmed without Sarah. Meanwhile, Melissa started showing up to places alone. Dressy. Seductive. Flirty. Telling people she and Michael were complicated. Michael avoided her. Blocked her number. Told her sternly. Stay away from me. She laughed. You think you can reject me and get away with it? Michael walked away. Melissa wasn't done. The truth came out unexpectedly. And violently. Sarah was working late one evening when David, a mutual friend, rushed into her office. His face pale. His breath short. His hands shaking. Sarah, you need to come. Now. Her heart dropped. She followed him into his car. What happened? David's voice trembled. It's Melissa. Sarah stiffened. What about her? David swallowed. She confessed. Everything. Sarah blinked. What do you mean? David looked at her, horror filling his eyes. She staged everything. The picture. The rumors. The setup. Everything. She drugged Michael the day she took the photo. He never touched her. Sarah. Melissa wanted to destroy you. Sarah's brain froze. Her chest tightened. Her world spun. David continued. She said you didn't deserve happiness. That Michael should have been with her. That she hated how everyone loved you. Sarah's breath hitched. Her hands trembled violently. Where is she? David whispered. The hospital. The hospital was cold. Too bright. Too sterile. Sarah walked into the emergency room. Her heart in her throat. There, lying on the bed, was Melissa. Tears stained her face. Her wrists were bandaged. Her body weak. Her eyes lifeless. She had tried to end her own life. The guilt. The lies. The weight of her own darkness had crushed her. When Melissa saw Sarah, she burst into tears. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did it. Please don't hate me. Sarah couldn't speak. Because every emotion in her heart, pain, anger, betrayal, heartbreak, confusion, exhaustion, collided at once. After a full minute, Sarah whispered, Why, Melissa? Melissa choked on every word. Because you had everything. And I had nothing. Everyone loved you. Everything good happened to you. I wanted something that was yours. Because I wanted to feel like you. Sarah closed her eyes. 2 tears slipped out. What you destroyed wasn't me. It was yourself. Melissa sobbed harder. But Sarah walked out of the room slowly. Not because she hated Melissa, but because she finally understood. Not every friend wants to see you shine. Some want to steal your light. Some want to become your shadow. And some want to become your nightmare. It took Sarah another month before she contacted Michael. When he heard her voice, he broke down crying. She went to see him. They talked for 7 hours. Pain, tears, truth, healing. Michael showed her everything. Messages, blocked calls, recordings, proof of Melissa's obsession. Sarah apologized. Michael held her. I never stopped loving you. She cried into his chest. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. He kissed her forehead. Your heart was manipulated. I never blamed you. They healed. Slowly, gently, patiently. Because real love doesn't break easily. Bends. It bleeds. It bruises. But it survives when it's true. A year later, Michael proposed. On the same rooftop he originally planned to. Sarah said yes. And for the first time in a long time she felt peace again. As for Melissa, she left Lagos, changed cities, changed her life, went to therapy, battled her demons, learned the hard way that envy destroys the host first. She sent Sarah a long letter years later, apologizing again, asking for forgiveness. Sarah forgave her. But she never let her back into her life. Because forgiveness is freedom. But boundaries are protection. In the end, Sarah learned. Not everyone who smiles at you loves you. Envy is the quietest form of hatred. Sometimes the devil doesn't come with horns. He comes as a friend. True love survives the darkest storms. Peace is better than revenge. And she lived her life wiser, stronger, and happier. Because what tried to break her, built her instead.
Kindly subscribe, like, and comment for more interesting stories.